Hi everybody, I'm back to do the next video on the cleaning of the larger coop. I hope the last video on the smaller coop helped you in some way. I wanted to show you a before scene of how it looks before I clean it, and I will then show you how it looks after, and along the way I will give you tips and tell you some things that I do. Enjoy! I make sure to take everything out before I begin cleaning because I don't want the feed bucket to get wet, and I'm going to put fresh food in it anyways. I take out the water bucket because I'm going to squirt it off because it builds up the sliminess and green gunk on it that I'm going to remove. If you guys have ever owned a rooster, you know that they're very territorial. So as you can see, he's just standing by me and watching me because he necessarily doesn't want me near his coop or his lady. You can see his lady hiding right there behind him. And if you keep seeing me check up on him, I'm watching out for myself because they'll run up behind you and put their spurs in your legs. I do change their food every few days, but I do give them fruits and vegetables that are left over in the house from a cockatoo that I have. And you can see the bread that's on the ground that he's picking at. I give them these little treats and it absolutely makes their day. And the fruits and vegetables are actually really good with nutrition for their eggs. It will make their yolks actually really red. It is kind of taking me a while to squirt it all down because I do have 7 birds that stay in there. And as you can see, I just waved the vinegar bottle at the camera because I put some vinegar on the poop if it's having a hard time coming off the chicken wire. And vinegar is actually really good for chickens. If they ever have a stomach ache, you can put it in their water and it will stop their stomach ache and they'll feel better. Some people use shavings, like horse shavings, but I use hay. I get it at my Tractor Supply or Red Barn for it's $5 a bale because I get the cheapest one because they're only going to lay on it to lay their eggs. They're not going to eat it. I do change it very often because they poop on it and I don't want them laying their eggs in their poop. But I just remove it and then I squirt out their cubbies. As you can see, my chicken coop is rarely light enough for me to just pick it up and flip it over like that. I do that because my cubbies hold water. That way I just flip it over and all the water just drains out the back. I made it light enough so I could move it around the yard because I don't want it to sit in the same spot and kill the grass. But as you can see, the chickens kill the grass, but either way, it's movable. So here's the final product. I haven't placed the water, food, or hay in yet because I wait for it to dry. Probably a good hour. I do have 2 doors on the coop. This little one I used to just leave open, but now I'll leave either both or just the big one. And they just hop right on in and out. So it finally dried, and I placed the hay back in there, and you can see the little egg. One of them hopped on in there and laid one. They were so happy. It's nice and clean. And I wanted to show you, some people, it depends on what kind of wood you use, but your wood will start to warp if you do squirt it down. I used to have this latch, but it has warped a little bit too much that the latch doesn't match up with the hole anymore, so I can't close it that way anymore. But that's my egg department, how I get my eggs out. Since the latch does not work anymore, I had to place these holes. I had to drill holes in the top, and I took a long screw and I just placed it in there, and that's how my door locks. And it works. You just gotta work with what you got. And here's the very final look. I put the food and water, and the chickens are in there, and they're very happy. I hope you guys enjoyed.